All right, who wants to hear about high-octane adventures and the latest and greatest on the motor scene? It's time to rev it up with John and Jess on Joy 1340.
It's hot.
It's nice out. It's nice out.
All right, well,
It's lovely.
We are back here at the 37th Annual Dell's Automotion at Mount Olympus, right? It's day 2.
Yes, day 2.
Day
Another
2.
gorgeous day.
It's gorgeous. There's no wind, but it's warm. You feel a little warm.
A titch. It's a titch warm.
It's a titch warm, yeah.
What's up?
People are rolling in, and we are sitting here with our good friends with Carly Stupar. Is it how we say that?
Stupar.
Stupar?
Yep.
Okay, and Dad's here, too.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Yep. Jeremy's
Welcome,
here.
you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So they're with Bruce City Gassers, of which we're very familiar with that group.
Oh, yeah. Long time friends and followers of that group for a while. And yesterday you and I were going out.
Tooling around on the golf cart.
Taking pictures and everything. And, of course, I was going up to take a picture of her car. And then in the end, you and I were kind of just filming at the day. And you said, yeah, we're going to go take a picture of her car. And I'm like, I knew exactly what it was because she had a Gasser shirt on. I'm like,
Yes, for sure.
And I saw you, I think yesterday you were, the helmet was on the back and you were just kind of, odds and ends. But a lot of people are talking to you, which rightly so. You get your...
Right.
So how old are you?
I'm 22. I just turned 22 in April.
22 in April. And
Oh, those days.
I'm a little older than that.
Yeah,
Just,
do you remember 22?
I do remember 22,
I
yeah.
remember yesterday.
Well, yeah, that's different. I don't
Yeah.
remember why I walk into the kitchen a lot, but I do remember being 22.
Or shuffling in a hotel room.
Shuffling in a hotel room. So anyway, tell us about your car.
Yeah, so it's a 1962 Chevy 2 Gasser. I got it when I was 12, and I started drag racing when I was 14. I've been racing ever since. So, like I said, we got the car when I was 12, and I was like, Dad, I want to work on cars with you. I want to race. And he's like, well, I'm not just gonna buy a car and give it to you. I want you to work on it.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
like, I
Yep.
want you to know how to work on it when you're racing. So saying, oh, it's making a noise, you gotta fix it. I can say, hey, it needs more timing, or the back left tire is too low on air. We need to put more air in it. So, wanted me to work on it with them, and
So Dad started the bug.
well,
No. No. So a friend of ours had a funny car when you were, what,
5 or 6.
5 or 6 years old, and he would take it to car shows and they'd fire it up.
Kind of like a cackle car.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
1,800 horsepower alcohol-injected funny car that Dick Harrell actually raced.
Okay.
And he asked if Carly would like to sit in the car while it was running when she was 5 or 6 years old. And I said, well, we can ask her. And she was like, heck yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
So she sat in the car, they put the earplugs in, fired the car up. And he said every time that he cracked the throttle, the smile on her face got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that was kind of the start. I think she fell in love with, horsepower.
Yes.
Anything fast and loud.
Yeah.
It's an easy
Pretty
thing
much.
to do.
Exactly.
And like she said, she came up to me when she was little and said that she wanted to go drag racing. And I'm like, okay, you want to do like a junior dragster, or what are we looking at? And then moving up into a full-size car. And she looked at me and, she was 12 years old. She says, why would we build 2 cars? That's a waste of money. And I said to her, I like the way you think.
It's amazing what the kids will learn from us. And they're like, even with our kids, it's what we do. It's like, why would you waste your time? You guys work hard enough. Why wouldn't you just build the right car right away?
Right.
Exactly.
So that's cool stories.
Well, to be fair though, because as parents of kids, we know that they're interested in a lot of things right off the bat. And then after a week or
It
two,
kinda
like, we're
wanes.
good.
Exactly.
I'm
That's
good.
kind of
Exactly.
how we started,
That's
too.
how we started with hers.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was. I said, that's fine. We'll build a car. But I said, I'm not. Like she said, I'm not going to build it and give it to you. You're going
Right.
to have some sweat equity in this car.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
And we
So
didn't
we did it.
stick a whole lot of money into it at first, because like
No.
you said, we weren't sure
If she'd like it.
Yeah.
does she actually like it?
A
Does she
friend of
just wanna
mine,
do it?
the first engine we got it from my brother. It was a takeout engine. Guy bought a crate engine to put into a truck. Really nothing wrong with this engine. It has 120,000 miles on it. And he goes, you can have it if you want it for her car. And I said, perfect. So we bought a different cam for it and did swapped the valve springs and stuff. She put the cam bearings and the cam and stuff in, and put the engine in. Like I said, it had 120,000 miles on it. And took it down to the racetrack. Didn't really know what to expect. And it ran a 16 or something like that.
16 something.
But it was, hey, we're racing, right?
Right.
Doesn't matter how fast you're going.
Right.
We're
Right.
racing.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
And a friend of mine at one point said to me, he says, well, why didn't you build a $10,000 race engine?
Right.
And I said, well,
Right.
because I don't know if she's going to like it.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't like it, now I've got a $10,000 race engine that's worth $3,000.
Yep, it's always have to check, yeah.
You know, and he's like, well, I guess that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's always got the best ideas what to do with your time and your money,
And
right?
your money,
Right.
yeah.
It's always
Sure do.
easy to spend
And
somebody
they
else's
sure do.
money.
Whether you're racing, whether you're at a show setting up, why didn't you guys do this? Or how come the cars turn this
Right.
way?
I hear that
I would
every
have turned
day.
the front end. Oh, yeah.
We call
should
them
really
the
do it.
experts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we live it.
experts.
Yeah.
Tell
Yeah.
her all about her
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
Over the years, which your dad can relate to this, we used to call them Barstool Hot Rodders.
Okay.
Yep, the Barstool Hot. And nowadays, it went from the Barstool Hot Rodders to Keyboard Cowboys.
That's right.
Because whatever you post on social media, we could be sitting here and they'll be like, "Well, I can't really see the camera. Why didn't they turn everybody this way?"
Right.
But they don't come and say it in your face. But
Yeah.
So I'm curious. Tell me about the first time you actually went to the track and went through the water. But I want to.
Yeah, so
did
we
it all
went,
work?
Oh man, it was probably when you had the station wagon.
No, he's talking about the first time you.
First time I raced, or first
Yeah,
time I was at a drag strip?
No, first time you raced.
Oh, first time I
That
raced.
was at
That was
the
at
100 car.
the 100 car heads up. Was
Yep,
that done at
the
Union
last
Grove?
one, Byron.
Was that Byron, Illinois?
Yeah, the last 100 car heads up
Yeah,
they had.
yeah. And so went there. We talked to the track owner and said, my daughter wants to race. Is that okay with you? And he's like, well, does she have a driver's license? No, she's 14. Okay, well, we kind of have this, set up, whatever. So I couldn't drive through the pits. Obviously, I didn't have a license, and so Dad had to drive through the pits, pulled up to the starting line, and then I had to go through, switch places, get all strapped in and everything, and then I was able to do a burnout launch, but I could only go 8th mile.
Yep.
Go to the end to the turnaround road, and Dad had to drive it back. So it was like a whole setup going through.
Yeah,
but
I forget what the NHRA has a class for kids that don't have their driver's license that want to get into drag
That's
racing.
cool.
yeah.
And I forget what it's called. I can't remember exactly what it was called right now, but they have a specific class to try and get kids involved in drag racing.
Yeah.
That way, that you have a mentor with you that is legal to drive. They can drive through the pits and everything, and then she was able to actually race the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only an 8th mile because you have 2 people in the car for safety reasons.
Yep.
BJ, the track owner down there at the time, was really supportive of her, getting her started, and everything worked out. We then hooked up later on with the Meltdown Drags Association, which kind of is a lot of those guys have evolved into the Brew City Gassers as the Meltdown Association kind of disbanded.
Yeah, that was a cool group too back then.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
a lot of those guys, are also now Brew City Gassers, and they've pretty much taken her under their wing.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. You go through the pits and they'll give her grief. She just dishes it right back. She's one
You
of the
gotta.
guys.
Oh, yeah.
You have
Oh, yeah.
to.
You
know.
have to. You have to.
That is the best part about racing, and Jess now and then her daughter, well, I just call her my crazy redheaded stepchild, Red. She's got so involved with racing. The guys that come to my shop and going to do burnouts and the shows, and we take her. She was just a quiet kid 2.5 years ago.
She didn't talk to anybody.
Yeah, there you go. Look at Dad over there. Yeah, didn't talk to anybody, and I brought this kid down to Monster Truck Hall of Fame for the ribbon cutting for the where they restore the monster trucks down there with Jeff Cook.
Sure.
She didn't even talk to me when we first started, and I'm like, okay, so I just brought her down there, and she heard these trucks fire up and do whatever, and I don't know what woke her up, but she's been nonstop ever since, and she hops in cars. We do our 300-foot street drags, where I was telling you
Sure,
that
yeah.
Bill Wellner was running his Willys down there the other day.
Yeah.
And she's supposed to be, doing the burnouts and holding everybody stopping. Next thing she knows, can I get in the car? Can I get in the car real quick? Can I get in the car? Because they can ride with it on our 300-foot, and she's went from redoing her square body to, can we get a drag truck?
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah, her
she-
face
nice.
lights up too.
That's awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that's how it started
So
with me too. It was like the first couple of races, like I just want to stay in my car. I'm not talking to anyone. And
And I said, well, you're going to have to talk to these people because you built the car.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to anyone. You tell them
Yeah.
what we did. I go, it's your car.
yeah,
They want to talk to you.
definitely very shy, but
Not
come a long
anymore.
way. Not anymore. Yeah.
What piece of advice could you give to a young racer like my daughter that's just starting out?
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing is just do whatever you want. Don't listen to other people. When I first started, I got a lot of feedback. You're too young to be doing this. This is a man's sport.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of got some pushback from that, but just do whatever you want. If it makes you happy, go ahead and do it. And don't take any grief from anyone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
The other thing that's I think has helped her is at least with our group that we hang out with, those guys know that she's wrenching on the car.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes,
if
they
you
do.
come, if you come through the pits and there's something wrong with her car, she's under the hood wrenching on the car.
Well, I'm on the.
Well, yeah.
I'm too short to reach over.
You
so I
climb
I
into
climb
it,
into it.
but
That's
she's
so
there.
cool.
Sit on the tires.
I mean,
or up
elbows
on the
in.
radiator.
She's in there changing jets,
Mm-hmm.
and people come walking by and they're like, "Wait a minute."
Did I see what I
Did I
just
just
saw?
Yeah.
And of course it's, she's working on Daddy's car. I go,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
she's
No.
working on her car.
That's,
Yeah.
that's the
her
cool
car.
thing too.
Yeah.
That's your car.
Right. I mean, even yesterday here at the show, we leaking out the head gasket. So I'm climbing underneath the car, and it's like, well, where's it leaking from? I don't know. Go on the side.
Yeah, we
Got
got
all
a head
dirty
gasket.
and everything
We got a head
still.
gasket.
Yeah.
We got to fix now, but that's all right.
Yeah.
That's right. But I mean,
It happens.
I think the respect thing is in it, and it goes back to the old saying, the built not bought. Respect is earned not given, stuff like that. So you really got with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of the
definitely.
funny stories that we went to the World of Wheels a couple of years ago, and we were sitting there, and this guy, she was kind of talking to people as they came by. We were showing her car, and one guy said to her, he goes, "I wonder if those are plastic windows or glass windows because they're tinted red."
Yep.
And she goes, "Oh no, they're glass." And the guy looked at her and he goes, "Well, how do you know that?" And she goes, "Because I put them
Put 'em
in."
in.
I love answers like that.
And the guy was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
That's always good to see it. So the Brew City Gassers. Now you when did you? So you do the events, like obviously you have the gassers. What are you having on 23rd and 24th?
The out-of-sight drags.
Out-of-sight drags.
Yep,
Yep.
that's down in Union Grove.
Doing Union Grove. Yep. And like I said, we've got a couple of them that live right by us. Obviously, Billy Wellner's over by us. And those guys with Cody, I think his son is,
Okay.
with 55, and then Robert Nieves, Bobo, we call him, Little Bob.
Yep.
He's got the dragster.
Yep.
He's right in Cedarburg, so they're all right in our little area down there.
Sure.
So
Nice.
yeah, they have we know those guys for a while, and it's really cool to see you guys going out and doing action.
What's
Yeah.
the farthest you've traveled for a race?
Probably up to Rock Falls Raceway. Not too far, only about 3.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Right up by Eau Claire.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went out to Cleveland. We got invited
That wasn't
to.
for a race, though.
That wasn't for a race. We
I got invited to
for
a car show.
Yeah. Piston powered.
Piston powered show. So anything that had a piston was at the show. They had like old snowmobiles. They had old airplanes,
Oh, that's
helicopters,
Tanks.
tanks.
Anything that had a piston.
Yeah, it was
there
at
was
the show.
There was an old snowblower.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
I
was
mean,
really cool.
if it had a piston,
It was
at
you
the
could
show.
bring it to
It was
the
at the
show.
show.
That's the
Yeah.
way to
It
take a
was-
show.
It
That's
was
cool.
really cool. It was,
Yeah.
and it was in a building where they used to build tanks during World War II.
okay, that's
So it was
cool.
a huge
They had
facility.
like 3 floors of
Yeah,
just
it was
everything.
awesome.
So we got invited there during my senior year of high school. So I missed a lot of class senior year, but went to the World of Wheels.
Excused absences.
That's right.
Excused,
Yep.
excused, yeah.
Excused by mom and dad.
Yep.
So
But yeah,
while you were in high school,
Yeah.
let me ask you this: when you first started racing,
yeah.
and you got a small town, where are you guys from?
We're from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin,
Sun
right by
Prairie.
Madison.
Okay, so
yep.
pretty big. So how was the reaction from the kids, the boys, and the intimidation? We always want to know this.
A lot of people were kind of like, yeah, Carly races, whatever. It is what it is. But it was more my teachers thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I had I was in a bunch of the shop class, small
yeah.
engines and whatnot. And one of my favorite teachers, Mr. Halverson, he does endurance racing,
Oh,
and so
cool.
I talk to him all the time. Hey, I drag race, and for one of our labs, we had to do an oil change, and I was like, well, I got a race coming up here. I might have to change my oil in my car. Can I bring it to school? Absolutely. So I drove my car to school.
Yeah,
Not street-
open headers.
Open headers,
Open
red
headers.
Now that is
headlights,
cool.
Slicks,
That's-
everything.
Yeah.
You got a
So-
video of that somewhere?
No, I
I'm hoping?
don't.
Oh, now that would be
driving,
so
okay.
cool.
I said to her, I go, we gotta put mufflers on. You gotta put street tires on. And she looks at me and she's like, "It's just right up the street."
It was right up the
I'm
street.
like, whatever.
So I
Yeah.
drove it
That's-
into the shop, and we kept
what
it
you
in
do.
there all day. And all of my shop teachers came in. They have to check it out, and all the kids are like, "Well, whose car is that? Oh, that's mine. That's yours. Oh, I know you race, but I didn't know that was yours." And it was like the coolest thing in the world for some of my teachers. And still
And then-
talk to them about
and then
it.
you get the kids that are like, "Why is the front end so
Yeah,
high?"
why is the front end so high? And,
That
yeah.
common ones that don't know what a gasser is.
Right,
Sure.
right, yeah. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Does this have hydraulics on it?
It's got the
Is it way
hydraulics.
up? No.
Yeah, a lot of them don't realize where that is either.
No, they don't.
What's your fastest time?
Fastest I've gone in a quarter mile is a 12:86. Fastest mile per hour, I want to say like 112.
Nice.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we threw a new engine in literally about a year ago. It's got maybe an hour or two of runtime on it. Took it to the track for the first time at the out-of-sight drags last year. And I was running like 13:05, 13:01, 13:0. It just would not break the 12. And then it rained. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to tune it yet. But
now we got to change.
Now we got to change the head gasket.
Tune it.
Then we'll be ready for that.
We had it on the dyno yesterday, and we were pretty happy with the results.
I was just gonna ask you so give me the racer rundown. What's the car? What's the motor? What's the horsepower, training, everything? No, it's you.
Oh, me? Okay.
Oh, yeah, you. No,
well,
it's your car.
The engine we got was from a friend of ours. He had I don't remember what car it was.
It's an old Buick.
An old Buick that he
put an LS in.
Yeah, he put an LS in. He's like, you can have the engine if you want. We're like, okay. So
it was a fresh small block.
Yeah,
there you go.
So we opened it up, still had braking oil in it. It hadn't even been run, so we dropped that in the car. So it's a 355, just a simple crate engine.
Yeah.
We're maybe putting a blower on. We'll see.
Nobody knows about that yet.
Not a lot of people do,
Well, now
but
they
some
are.
people do. Yeah. But looking into that. But
You got a turbo 350.
yeah, turbo
trans.
350. Yep. I don't remember what gears are in it. 411 gears in the back.
Now, with being a gasser, I used to know the rules really well when I was
Sure.
really into the racing over there, but a lot of my friends would race gassers and stuff like that. But so, are you allowed to have a trans brake or any of that stuff and
Yes.
being a gasser?
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
are? Okay.
Anything that they would have had, I think,
19-
pre-66.
366.
Yeah, it's
okay.
kind of, we're bound by that rule book, essentially.
Except for safety.
Except for safety. So I have like the 5-point harness,
Yeah, 5-point
DOT
harness.
approved, helmet,
Disc brakes
disc brakes.
Disc brakes are good.
Yes.
Disc brakes are good. Yeah, disc brakes when you go fast, you got to stop.
Yeah.
It's
But
more important to stop than it is to
it
go.
is, yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to nobody wants to end up in the sand down on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to race with, water in the engine, can't have antifreeze in it. And,
Yep.
they just wanted us this past year to put a diaper just in case something breaks, other people are able to run easier cleanup. So
Yep.
got that. And, yeah, just safety upgrades can have.
Any major things ever happened to you on the track that like really freaked you out or scared you or anything? on the track?
It was like 2 or 3 years ago. I was like one of the first people to go down the track, and they hadn't prepped it fully. And I went right after someone had broke down, and they didn't get all of the oil cleaned up off the track. So I went to go, and I hit it, and the car went sideways. And I was like, oh my God. So I pulled over, and I was like, fishtailing the whole way down, and came back, and I was like, what happened? I was like, I don't know, but I'm scared, and I was freaked out. And, you're going almost 100 miles an hour, and all of a sudden the car goes whoop, and it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But that was probably the scariest thing that's happened on the track, but nothing major,
Been
knock
fortunate,
on wood.
knock on wood.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
yeah.
Broken valve spring.
We've had a couple engines we've had to replace, but
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
normal.
yeah, nothing major on the track though.
Good.
Yeah, knock on wood.
Right.
Yeah. How many are in the group with the Brew City Gassers?
I don't know. Over 100 by now.
Yeah, that's
I
a good
think
number.
I think they said they have about 200 or a little bit more than that already registered for the out-of-sight drags.
Oh, that's really
Yeah,
cool.
but I know every year we get new members and more people talk about joining. So
It seems like
Definitely
it's coming
over
back
100.
now. It
Yeah.
seems like it's coming back. It was died off for a long time. It seemed like they couldn't get a group going. And
Right.
we went down there for a couple of events that we saw that you guys had down there. And,
Yeah.
we knew like GTO Bob and those guys and Rodney, right? National Drags or
Pontiac Bob.
Pontiac Bob and those guys down there. They used to run with those guys. So they're a good group of guys. And it seems like we always wanted. We hope we get more people in the stands for you guys
yeah.
to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a ton of people. Was
like
it 2019?
2019, 2020.
Something like that. We
Yeah.
walked in and it was standing room only.
Yeah.
There was
Wow.
not
That's
a
cool.
seat to be had in the stands. And a couple of the guys that had been racing since the 60s at Union Grove are like,
Yeah.
they're like, this is how I remember.
Yeah. I think
This is how I remember
we set
it,
a
you know?
track attendance record that weekend
Yeah.
at Union Grove. And they're like, I've never seen it this busy in
Yeah,
so
it was
long.
awesome.
It was cool, going in the staging lanes, and there's people everywhere. There's people standing over here, people walking around in the pits.
That's
It
what's
was
so cool
so
about it, to see your
cool.
cars and
Yeah.
the kids going, like we're saying, getting kids involved. And,
Yeah, yeah.
And it goes through. And we know we all went through the crazy 2020 period
Yeah.
where everybody kind of just died off. And I mean, we're looking at it, here at wherever we're doing too. The show attendance went way down for everybody.
Right.
And doing that too. But I think it's starting to slowly come back.
Yeah.
What we're
I'm
hoping
happy about.
with, what I'm hoping with her racing is, these people that come through the pits and they see her working on a car. Their kids go, hey, we could do something like this.
Yeah.
I've had a couple people.
Keep the hobby alive.
Yeah, have a couple people come up to us in the pits and they're like, "You're Carly, right? Yeah. Oh my God, can you sign my hat or can I take a picture with you?" And we have, especially little kids. They like to sit in the car. We strap them in.
That's the best.
They're like holding on to the steering wheel.
Yeah, and mom and dad are taking their
Oh, yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
That's the kids are just like, man, this is great. She's over there. Just don't touch anything. Don't push
Very
that
real.
button.
Yeah, don't flip any of the switches.
Yeah.
Don't mess with anything.
But it's really fun to see the little kids get into and it's like, and most of the guys in the group are like that. Hey, you want to sit in the car?
Yeah.
Mom, you want to take a picture?
That's nice.
And they're like, oh yeah. And it's like, why not, right? It's
Yeah.
to get these kids interested in, instead of, oh, mom and dad dragged me to the drag strip and I hated it.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see anything, and
Not fun at all.
Right.
Exactly.
Whereas you kind of make it fun for these kids, and that's what we're hoping is maybe they'll get back into the hobby and help bring
Keep
it
it
back,
alive.
keep
Yeah,
it
for
alive.
sure.
A lot of the things we talk about all the time is a lot of these kids, they have no idea what her car is, right?
No,
So
nobody.
if it didn't start, they wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Right.
They can't plug your laptop into it and tune it and this.
There's no electric.
There's a screwdriver
Yeah.
to tune this one.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it yesterday with a couple groups. I think it was Cool Hand Customs we were talking about that with yesterday about how these kids, it's a different generation that we have now. With all the computers, and when we knew this was coming when you and I were younger.
Oh, yeah.
We knew it was coming, but they still have done it. But they still are very curious and love our era of cars.
Yeah,
for sure. They love the classics. Even, we're driving the Ranchero with the shop truck behind you. Jess and I were down the strip last night. Granted, everybody thought it was El Camino.
Yeah.
Right.
We had El Camino yelled out everywhere. Oh, look at the El Camino.
You're like, whoa, El Camino. Like, oh.
That's not what it
That's
is.
not what it is.
Try
We're just
again.
laughing.
Try again.
What, you're not going to explain to him, and like, what? And I think I made a mistake. We were tired. We left yesterday. And he goes, yeah, it's cool. And I said, no, it's a Ranchero. And then he's like, what's a Ranchero? And she hit me. She's like, great, now we got to talk to somebody else. I'm like, well, I'm sorry.
Just smiling away.
Yeah, just smiling away. But no, I think it's great that you're getting kids involved. And no matter what shows we do, whether we're up here doing stuff or we go down south and do a couple of broadcasts and all stuff like that, even at the monster truck shows or the drag shows, to get those kids just to sit in there and hear that motor, it's so weird to me because what that motor is in also, like your car,
Right.
It's great. It's very neat looking with the paint and everything on it.
Oh, thank you.
And I just love it. I love the metal flake on it. I looked at it yesterday. It was
Thank
great. But I mean, even if you get those kids, if that motor was in just the average car, it'd be all right. But you put it in something yours that's flashy and neat and all that.
Sure.
Or if they see it in a monster truck,
They're
it's like
gonna
these kids
remember.
just,
Check that out.
you can fire up. These kids are just, we've been looking at how many kids we see that just freak
Right.
out over it. And they're
Right.
cheering for you guys. And I think it's great. Yeah, I think it's really cool.
It's kind of funny too because she doesn't realize how many fans she actually has.
We can't hear anything in the car.
Yeah, you can't. We're sitting in the pits and they're like, oh, you can hear him. Oh, hey, there's Carly. Hey,
That's cool.
That's that girl that built that car. And then, of course, they're, what do you mean a girl built that car? And then you get the different variations of the story. And sometimes my wife and I will be sitting there going, well, no, this is actually what it is.
Right.
It's kind of cool coming down the return road and you see like the kids hanging on the fence and like, hey, there's Carly.
Yeah,
And,
they're
I bump it
waving
in neutral, rev it up a little bit, and they're like, oh,
Yay! That's fun.
So, that's cool.
Right.
So do you have like little hero cards that you got
I do.
made, that
Yeah,
you made up
there's-
and you signed them or
I do. Yeah, I give them out to some kids sometimes that they want to, come take a look at the car or if they see me in the pits. So
Yep.
That's very
Yeah,
cool.
we did that.
did that
That's
a couple
very cool.
times. Yeah.
I like
Okay.
that. That's
So you got
fun.
and shirts. You got your own shirts made yet with your?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. We haven't done
We've been
that
looking into it.
Once
but
again, we'd like to
been
thank
a
you
little
for
busy
today.
with college.
We
Right.
sell those shirts. That pays for race gas.
Yes.
Right.
That's what well,
Right.
we want to call. Yeah, today obviously we have a little more time. So
Also,
I want to come over by you,
vintage
get
camper
some pictures and stuff like
restoration
that,
is
grab that
here.
stuff for
Motor
sure.
Yeah.
Mania.
No, that's really
right
cool.
next to
Yeah.
our
It's,
sound
Thank you.
tower
No, it's really
over
cool
there.
everything you're doing, and
they'll
and
be
what about
doing
on
a,
social media?
podcast
How does everybody?
today.
Can
You have
somebody
your
find
own
you on
page?
I
Facebook?
do. Yeah, I have a
Yes.
Facebook page and Instagram
With,
page.
Jess,
Facebook
John.
is just II Sassy.
Rev it
Instagram
up.
is my name,
And
Carly.Stupar.
what else do we have?
Yeah, I had a
We've
couple
got the,
people add me already
Wisconsin
this
Specialty
weekend.
Vehicle
They're like, well, when's your
Alliance
next
here
race?
today.
Just follow my
Veterans
Instagram. I post
Outreach.
everything on
And also
there.
There you go.
VFW
So
Post
just,
987.
updates and,
And once
hey,
again,
come told a bunch of people to come out here to the show this weekend
We'll
and,
have a
post about stuff with upcoming races and all that too. So.
Now, is the Roman numerals 2 in your Facebook page?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. Or it's just II something.
Yeah, right.
Like that.
Right, sorry.
Yeah. It's linked with the Instagram account.
Okay.
They're all together.
And now with the other college, what are you going to college for?
Oh boy. Let me grab my phone. I have it written down.
I've prepared a little something.
It might take a little while.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So I'm, as of Thursday, I finished my last final on Thursday, so I'm officially a 5th year. I go to school at UW Platteville. So I am studying a major in industrial technology management, emphasis in manufacturing technology management. I have 3 minors in drafting and product development technology, occupational safety management, and building construction management, and then concentrations in construction management, metals processing technology, plastics processing technology, business administration, and supply chain management.
You're a busy girl.
Yes. And I have 5 jobs on campus as well. Yeah.
Good Lord, woman, how do you sleep?
I don't.
Well, you look fresh as a daisy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And she made the dean's list.
Yeah, I
every
made
year.
Dean's list. I made Chancellor's list both semesters this year. So I had 2 4.0s both semesters.
Good for
so.
you.
Wow.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
So I start my internship tomorrow, so I'm kind of excited for that.
Okay.
So I'll be a project management intern with Burns & McDonnell and ASCO this summer. So I'll be helping to build solar farms in Wisconsin.
Nice.
So a lot of fun with that.
And when do you graduate?
Hopefully, no.
Don't
I'll
say
be,
hopefully. Don't say
I'll be
hopefully.
graduating next May, next year.
Okay.
So one more year to
One
go.
more year, yep.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Look at mom's
Dad's all
over there
happy.
too. Like, yeah.
They're happy.
They're happy. They're happy with
It's
it.
just a time commitment for me. I got a bunch of scholarships and stuff through racing and
You got a scholarship.
I got a
from the
scholarship from the Delta Area Cruisers, and so
That is so cool.
school's all paid for me. It's just a time commitment.
Yeah.
I love school. I love going to class and learning and
Your parents probably miss you
yeah, probably
a little bit.
A little bit. I think
Mom, do you miss her a little bit?
miss me a little
Yeah.
bit? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mom always does.
I'm
Yes.
close enough. I can come home on the weekends.
There you go. So do you see yourself? I mean, obviously this is in your blood. You love it. I can
Right.
tell. I don't even know why I should ask the question, but you're going to continue racing throughout
Absolutely.
your life, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Or at least working on cars, if not racing.
Yeah.
It's
Grown
funny.
up working on cars with Dad ever
We
since
had
I
a
was young.
conversation probably 2 summers ago. I was talking with a couple of the guys that we race with, and the conversation was kind of headed towards what's going to happen when all of us are gone,
Yep.
and what's going to happen to all these cars.
Yep.
She pops in and she says, "I'm buying every one
I'll
of
buy
them.
them all.
I'll buy them all. I'll
Yeah.
drive
Buy
a
'em
different
all.
car every day of the
Yeah,
year."
that's fine.
And Dave, our buddy, he says, "You know what, kiddo? You probably will."
Sounds good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
It's changing hands. Like I said, the times are changing. You know, with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good to see that some of these kids are really getting involved in it to keep it alive.
Yeah. Hope to keep it alive, keep it around for a while, and pass it on to the next generation as it keeps going. And
We're trying. We're doing our part, right?
Yeah, we're
right.
trying to bring this out everywhere, and you know, with our shows
sure.
and events, and welcoming everybody that we can go through, and
sure.
you know, getting your young faces out here and doing whatever we want to do, and
Yeah.
you know, kind of get going to shows and events like this, which we we're love it from our sponsors that bring us out to these shows and to do all this stuff, because as you all know, it takes a lot to do all these things.
Sure does.
And the
sure
dedication.
does. The
Time.
Yes.
Time.
Time,
Lots of
dedication.
time.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that's
time.
the thing, you know, I mean, even just building a car, yeah, it costs money, but think about how much time you have,
Right.
you know, and
Well, it took us 2 years to even get it running to
yeah, just to get it to where it was
show
safe
quality
enough for
or
her to drive.
racing,
Oh, yeah.
even driving.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a few conversations about safety equipment. And, you know, I said, well, I need to order this roll bar. And my wife, she says, well, do you really need to order the roll bar? And I said, well, yeah, it's going to stiffen up the chassis, you know. And I kind of got the eye roll thing. And I said, well, that and your 14-year-old daughter's driving the car. And she looks at me and says, order the roll
You're
bar.
right.
Order it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That was kind of an easy sell, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, Jeremy, do you race also?
I do not.
You did.
Well,
once or twice.
A couple of times
Yeah.
I have.
I call
It's
that
something-
racing.
That's
Okay,
It's
all
been,
right.
it's been a couple
Yes, I
years.
race. Yes, I
ago,
race.
years ago,
I've done
Years ago, I built a station wagon. I dragged it home from Minnesota. She just about killed me.
She
She
hated
hated
it.
the car.
Mom's giving a look over there.
She
Yeah,
hated
she
it.
hated the car. But we put a straight axle in it and just made it look like a barn find. I pulled it out of a field in Fargo.
Fargo.
And, yeah, it was given to me. Come get it.
There you go.
I brought it home. What are you doing with this thing? Oh, I got plans.
I got
She
plans.
just-
Yeah.
But well, we raced it a couple of times, and then I sold it because I needed the money. And then I always wanted to drag race. I just never really had the money to do it, or I was building a car that I have a '67 Nova Super Sport that we show
Yep.
occasionally.
Nice.
And it's I don't want to race this car, So and then she was like, well, I want to go drag racing. Oh, well, there's my way to
There
go
you
drag
go.
racing.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, if it's for an event or a test and tune, I'll let them run. Remember a couple of years
Wait,
ago.
did you hear that? If it's for a test tune, I'll let him run.
I know. I caught
I
it.
caught
The
it
show's
right
kind of
away.
low.
I heard it.
Yeah.
I
but
caught that right away. That was cool.
a couple of years ago, I was like, oh, you want to go for, I'll make a pass. He's like, sure. And so I'm filming him, and the light turns green. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
I think he caught like a 2-second light. I was like, are you gonna go? Or it's like, oh, the light's
Go,
green.
Dad.
Yeah.
Well,
What's going on?
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
But no, actually, I'm building a car.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a '66 Nova that we're gonna clone as Grumpy Jenkins, one of his
Very cool.
cars,
Yeah.
and we're gonna race that.
Once it's done, we're gonna do some match racing
we're gonna do some
together.
match
Nice.
racing.
Okay.
I guarantee she's gonna beat me.
I got a
She's
little bit
gonna-
more seat time.
Yeah, right.
Youth,
Yeah.
eyes are better.
Better reaction
Sure.
time.
Yeah.
Way better.
Yeah.
Speaking of reaction times,
Yeah.
we were talking about it yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was about 2 years ago up at Rock Falls. Made a pass, and I came around and got my my slip, and I was driving back. I was like, oh my god, look at this! And everyone in the pits are like, you lost. What's so cool? I was like, I cut a perfect light. It was
That's-
.000. And
.000.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And then,
messing around with some of the guys that we raced with, and I was like, I got a perfect light, and they're like, it's taken me 30, 40 years to do that. And I'm like, 5
Well.
minutes.
yeah, and
They're like, oh,
For
you're
those-
young. That's just an excuse.
And for the listeners that are kind of new to the drag racing, so cutting the perfect light, and I'll let Carly explain
No,
this.
you're all good.
So, you're not good. Go
You're
ahead.
good. You can go right ahead.
So the reaction time when it goes yellow, yellow, green from there is how fast your foot can get off the brake or trans brake and react to go. So it's your reaction. That's what they study and do. When we're
Yep,
talking
so your
about
reaction
that.
time.
It's
Yep.
your reaction time. So you can have a total crappy pass, but if you cut that light, everybody's cutting the light, and who's falling asleep at the lights or
Right.
like
right.
that, like
What they consider a perfect light is a 006.
Okay.
That is considered a perfect light.
okay.
So to cut a 000 is,
Excellent.
The unicorn of
oh
Excellent.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like she said, I've been racing 30, 40 years. I've never seen that. 5 years.
I was like, oh,
That,
5 years. I got it done. Yeah.
Again, that's where the respect from the guys.
Right.
They're giving her a hard
Well
time.
deserved.
Just giving
Right.
it back.
Yep.
And I think the guys that can actually show the respect, that actually realize it, is so cool. And I mean,
Yeah,
when
definitely.
you just told a story about driving the car, and you're like, oh, I need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll never. I mean, this is probably 25 years ago. I was racing my '68 Chevelle down at, remember Super Chevy Sunday?
Mhm.
We used to come around. We went down to Joliet, and we were in the staging lanes. And there was a girl, probably even a little bit shorter than her and stuff like that. And I really thought she was helping her dad, like in the car. It was a Pro Street. Like,
So you're one of them.
Oh, I was. Well, in her early 20s, we're all here.
Yeah, we're all like that, yeah.
But so this girl is coming up, and they're underneath the hood in the staging lanes. They had a golf cart, and they were kind of pushing it through. Big Pro Street Camaro, the big, dual quads and everything hanging out with it. And next thing you know, I see her getting a race suit on. I'm like, no way, that girl looked like she was 15 years old, So I lined up against her for Super Chevy Sunday. So I go do a burnout with my car, and I'm running like 11.5 slick, and this thing's got like 21.5s underneath it, And she just launches this thing through the burnout. It's halfway down the track.
John
And backing
Force.
it up, and total John Force burnout. And this girl's backing up, not even looking back, and the doors are flapping, all the smoke's going out. And I hear this car like come alive, like $4,000 in a trans brake, and it goes wheels up, perfect light, and goes all the way down. And I sat there. I didn't even. I literally watched it try, and I'm like, and all of a sudden the guy's like knocking on my window. He's like, "Go!" And I'm like, "Oh man, I was watching that car." And this was Super Chevy Sunday, and you remember how back it? There's like 20,000 people at Joliet going down there. I was just, that car went up like this, and I was like,
We had
"Oh,
the
that was
best
cool."
seat in the house.
Yeah.
Right.
You had the best seat in the
So
house.
reaction, just so you know, on my 950 Chevelle, it was like a 22.5. because I was
So I
just
don't
sitting
feel
there.
so
You
bad.
don't feel bad anymore? There you
And
go.
I went to the announcer because they knew it. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I had to watch that girl take
Right,
off.
right.
And everybody, cool. That was really cool. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Well,
I admit when I'm wrong, and it was
Yeah.
cool. So.
Oh yeah, but like I
Couple
said, you
people
had the
that-
best seat in the house.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
right there.
Oh,
Right
it's
there.
so cool.
Yeah. Let's like, who do I race against all the time? With Mike, yeah.
Mike Freund.
Mike Freund.
Okay.
We always match race. It's whoever cuts a better light wins. And so we'll be driving down the track, and I'll go to shift, and I'll look over, and we're making eye contact all the way down the track.
That is so cool.
Shift again, and we can wave at each other like neck and neck, and it's whoever cut a better light makes it first. And he's always like, man, I get the best seat in the house. I don't care who wins. I just, best seat in the house. And it's really cool to kind of, when it's that good of a match race, it's like, well, did I win? Did you win? And you don't know until you see the light either on your side or their side. So,
Yeah.
oh my God, you get your time slip back. It's like,
Mike
you
told
beat me
me
by
that one night.
.001. Oh, okay, we'll do it again.
Mike told me that one night. He says, I love racing Carly. He says, when she passes me, that car looks absolutely beautiful.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You're coming from Mike. I don't know if you know who Mike is.
I've known him through your pages.
From
Sure.
Classics Plus.
Yeah.
They build some beautiful cars.
Yeah.
And to have him, tell us that her car is coming from him, that means a lot for me.
Yeah,
for me,
for sure.
I've known Mike and Nick forever, but
I mean, especially as far as just coming out of a garage, whatever parts we throw together.
Yeah, we just kind of threw this thing together,
Yeah.
and they're building, $100,000 show cars. I mean, and he's like, that car looks so beautiful going down
Yeah.
the track.
Yeah.
Especially when she's passing me.
Like I said, whoever
it's
cuts
kinda
better
fun.
light,
Yeah.
it's, Dad's always making fun of us. He's like, oh, do you guys look at each other? I'm like, yeah, you look at waves
Yeah,
sometimes.
we're waving
Like,
at each
"Oh,
other."
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
So at all the tracks, what's your favorite one to run at?
Oh, I love Rock Falls.
Rock Falls.
First time we were up there, I got out of the tent. I couldn't sleep, and I was like, I gotta go for a walk or something. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't even need a flashlight. You can just see the whole Milky Way. It was so pretty.
Yeah.
But they just redid the whole track about 2
Whole
years ago.
facility, yeah.
Whole facility, and it's a great track up there.
Nice.
But
If you've never been there,
if you've never been there, go
Go.
up there. Yeah.
Okay.
even if the Fallout is a great event because again it's all vintage stuff, but even if you just go up there for a day just to check it out. The facility is phenomenal.
Yeah,
it is absolutely gorgeous.
We'll definitely have to go check that one out.
Yeah.
So next race is June. That's your big one.
June 23rd, 24th down at Union Grove. Yep.
Okay.
So
And how many more do you have scheduled for the year after that?
just Rock Falls.
Just Rock Falls.
Yep.
She's busy with.
I gotta work at least 50-55 hours a week, so I'm not sure how much time I'm gonna be getting in here. And my aunt and uncle are coming to visit us from Australia, so we haven't seen them for 9-10 years.
A hot
We-
minute.
Spending a lot of time with them this summer too. So we'll probably go to a couple of car shows here and there, and maybe a couple test and tunes.
Sure.
But the two main races are just the out of sight drags in June, and then the Fallout drags. I think it's the first weekend of September.
Okay.
So I'll be skipping some class for that one.
There you go. So as
It's worth it.
So as a father of 4 daughters over here and no sons, and the oldest 2 are very entrepreneurship and
Sure.
business orientated. How's the boys scene, the dating scene? Are they intimidated? Do they even come around?
No, a lot of people. They'll come up, especially older guys. They're like, "Are you dating anyone?" My son over here. If you want to talk to him, but
I was just gonna
it's
say
same exact thing. If I'm able to talk to him, and some guys, the experts, they're like, well, I have this car over here. It's like, cool, mine's faster, louder, looks a little bit cooler, but sure, go on. But
She ain't got time to date.
I don't have
John.
time. I don't have time.
That's the
Deal
answer I
with the
was-
nonsense
That's the answer I was looking
of
for.
dating.
That's right.
I'm a little busy in school.
Too busy
Yep.
in school,
Yeah,
5
all the
jobs.
10 things I'm working on and 5 jobs and sleep and homework and all
sleep.
that.
That's
yeah.
great. That's good.
I don't have time for any boy drama.
Yeah.
That's good. That's where.
Dad's happy about
Preach,
that.
right.
Yep.
Right.
As a
I will
dad,
clap too.
high five across the table, Dad. Yep, that's good. So, well, I suppose we better get the show started. It looks like more cars are coming in here,
Yeah.
and the sun
Great
is
day.
coming out.
Yeah, my eyes were watering. It looks like I was crying because it was
Oh, no.
like right in my face, and I didn't bring a hat
Looks
today.
like you're still kind of shaded a little bit.
Yeah, now we have. Do you see me like this?
Right. You're
Yeah,
just
it's
keeping
warm
it
right
back
here.
a little bit.
Wow.
I know. I
It's
got
way
my
hotter than
sweatpants
yesterday,
on.
Kyle.
Still gonna put my
Yeah.
shorts on.
So,
Well,
all
thank
right.
you guys
Yeah,
for
thank you very
coming on
much.
over.
All right, and you're over. Your booth is right over, kind of on the other side by Cohen's over there, right?
Yep, we're right by Cool Hand Customs, right where Hades comes out of the ground.
And I will come on over. You guys will be here all day.
Yeah, we'll be here all day.
All right,
Yep.
we sign autographs.
She's giving
taking
out
pictures
an
and stuff,
award.
so-
Yeah, I'm giving out an award.
Well, look at that.
Around 2 o'clock today, so we'll probably be
Yep,
leaving
I think we're doing
around
that.
3.
I think we're doing a ceremony too, yeah.
Cool.
So.
Awesome.
All right, well, thanks
All
for
right.
coming on. Follow
Thank
on
you guys
Facebook.
so much.
Check it out.
Yeah,
All right,
sounds
thanks,
good.
everybody.
Yep.
Okay.